So earlier this year, Crocs has dropped on the market the Echo family, which was including this pair of slides, and we also had some clogs as well, which for sure are one of the most comfortable releases coming from them. And around a month ago, they've introduced a new member to this family, and in today's video, we're gonna have a look at it. Hello guys, and welcome back for a brand new review. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and also giving me a like. It really helps out the channel. In today's video guys, we're gonna have a look at a new member of this family, as I said earlier, for this Echo range, which feels like a pair of normal sneakers. So let's go ahead and start with the box guys, which if I'm not mistaken, it's coming in one of the regular ones in this green color, which will have written quite big here on top Crocs. We're also gonna have on each side as well the same Crocs lettering, but I think this is something normal. I'm not entirely sure as I didn't buy too many pairs from them. Nevertheless guys, let's go ahead and take them out of the box. So in today's video, we're gonna have a look at a very interesting release coming from Crocs for this Echo Surge. As I just said, earlier this year, Crocs has dropped new releases for this new range, which is called Echo. So we had some slides, we also had that pair of clogs as well. And now the latest member will be called the Surge, which feels like a proper pair of sneakers. So this one dropped for the retail price of £95 here in the UK, or around $90 US. Not entirely sure why we need to pay more in pounds. Usually it's the other way around. So I feel that this one is a bit overpriced, at least with the US releases. And given that even though this one looks like a proper pair of sneakers, we don't actually have too much padding for this upper or even ventilation. I guess it's a step up coming from your usual releases from Crocs. But in my opinion, I think you should just pay slightly a bit more and just go for that Salehe Bembury Juniper release. That one will be a proper pair of shoes, which unfortunately it's gonna be a bit heavier, but nevertheless I feel that this one is coming at a slightly too high price for what it's actually providing. Nevertheless, for this one we're gonna have like a half pair of clogs. It seems that this upper has this knitted material, which we didn't actually get before coming from Crocs. So I guess in a way this is an interesting release. So if I'm not mistaken, this one is already available in 3 or 4 colorways, and given that this one is actually quite lightweight and quite simplistic, I guess it could be on your future purchase list. But as I said earlier, I really feel that this one is slightly a bit too expensive. So let's go ahead and also do a small breakdown of this one guys. So as you can see, for this upper we're gonna have just one type of material, which feels like a knitted one in this gray color, which has a very simple design. So this one will actually be stitched to the lower part of the shoe, which will be made out of your usual foam material coming from this brand. So this foam will actually come and wrap most of this upper. So as you can see, the front part of the toe section and also mostly of this upper will cover your toes, which for sure will give a very good protection. But I guess if you have slightly thicker feet, these ones won't feel too great on foot. So for this upper, as I said earlier, we're gonna have this knitted material, which as you can see will have a very simplistic lacing system, which will have some reinforcements. We're also gonna have this fused material here at the bottom. So this lacing system will keep in place these gray flat laces, and underneath these laces we're gonna have the same knitted material. which is actually quite thin, so no padding whatsoever for most of this upper, except this one here at the back. So for this tongue, we're also gonna have this interlock system here, which will keep this tongue a bit in place. So at the top of this tongue, we're also gonna have again this fused material in this grayish color, which will have written on top Crocs. So finishing here at the back of the shoe, we're also gonna have this quite big pull tab. Going now inside of the shoe for this one, we're gonna have the only amount of padding here at the back of the heel section, which in my opinion could have been a bit more. And at the bottom, guys, we're gonna have this foam material, which is actually present on most of these releases coming from them. So this one will be called the Light Ride, and it will come in this yellowish color, which will have your normal grippy design on the full length of this footbed. And as usual, we're also gonna have Crocs written here at the heel section. So this Light Ride will also be visible through this foam material shell, which will cover most of this lower part of the shoe, which feels actually quite stiff, and as I said earlier, will give a good protection. So this midsole will have these grooves in the midfoot and also towards the heel section, which will expose this Light Ride material in this yellowish color, which for sure looks quite nice. But I would say that if you manage to step in some mud, for sure you'll have a hard time getting the mud out. So the design for this midsole looks actually quite nice. It also feels quite wide as well, so for sure the stability should be quite good. In the same time, this one is also quite lightweight. As you can see here at the back of the heel section, we're gonna have written again Crocs. So now guys, we can finish with this outsole, which is mainly made out of the same foam material. But as you can see, we're gonna have a few strips of actual rubber, which will help in the durability. In my opinion, they should have made these ones a bit wider and maybe also stick out a bit more. These ones will actually be in line with the actual foam, so at some point this foam will start to wear down quite fast. And as usual, we're also gonna have the sizing tag here in the midfoot on each side of this Crocs lettering. As in for the actual sizing, guys, as most of these releases coming from Crocs, most definitely you need to go with a full size down. But I would say that for people with wide feet, guys, I think it's wise to just stay with your true to size. I really feel that this front part of the shoe, where this foam is covering the toes, it's a bit too narrow. So for sure, if you go down with that full size, these ones will be a bit too snug. So overall, guys, this latest release coming from Crocs for this Echo Surge release, in my opinion, it's an interesting take coming from this brand, which usually brings us clogs or slides. For sure, they are trying to get into the sneaker trend more and more with more releases each year. I would say that this is a good step forward, but in a way I kind of expected to receive more for the retail price of £95 here in the UK. I really feel that this upper actually doesn't have too much to give. Sure, I would expect that in the near future this one will get some improvements, but for sure I would say that this midsole is still quite comfortable underfoot, which in a way I was expecting. As I said earlier, I've been wearing that pair of slides for the last 6 months or so, and I think it's one of my most comfortable pairs of slides in my collection. But nevertheless, this is still a very nice drop on the market right now. So yeah, guys, this was my unboxing and reviewing of this pair of Crocs Echo Surge. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to press the like button, maybe also subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you want to have a look at any of my latest reviews, you can choose from any of the videos which you have now on the screen. And as always, I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching.